The die is set, but Alberta ain't ready to kneel just yet. They chose their king, their power was met, but we don't answer to Ottawa yet. No crown gave us what we've earned, just dirt and fire and lessons learned. Now the ground it shakes, the steel it groans, and Alberta walks alone. We ride sovereign steel through fire, through frost. We ain't the last, we're the line they lost. Alberta stands, never on its knees. A nation born in the forge of the free.
Here, what the heck? Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's 7-Eleven Daily Summary. It's Brutal. Oh, I'm excited to be here. Excited to get home. What the heck happened in Calgary today? You know, I was supposed to have Jason Levine on from the Levine Show, but he was stuck in Calgary during our snowstorm. What a crazy, crazy time we had. It was just really Alberta. Anyway, I'm excited to be here, excited to have you. Make sure to share this out. I am really just restreaming what's going on. This looks like a fairly intense announcement by Donald Trump. We just found out that Dan Bongino, I think he's the assistant to the Secretary of the FBI, has stood down and just announced that today. So lots of things happening, as well as obviously we had this major snowstorm today. Like I said, we're supposed to have Jason Levine on. We were supposed to talk about Castle Law. We're talking about Mickey Amory. Unfortunately, that didn't happen because he's stuck in Calgary, and we had major highways closed heading north, east, west, and probably south. I didn't hear about anything in the south, but major snowstorm that just sort of seemed to come out of nowhere here in Calgary. But I'm grateful that you're here. It really is just an Alberta day for a lot of us, but I am grateful that you're here. Make sure to share this out, get more eyeballs on this information. We need to wake up more Albertans, more Canadians to the fact of the tyranny of Canada. That's why we are working towards our independence here in Alberta. That's why I am here. That's why you're here probably as well. You know, I like to start off by saying thank you. Thank you to my friends. Thank you to my circle of influence. I am so grateful. You know, I just met with Nadine Wellwood the last couple of days, and I am just so in love with her book. Amazing book. If you get the opportunity, it's Alberta Rising. I am going to give away an Alberta Rising book. And you know what? I'm going to make the announcement today. So you got to get one of these books. It is a fantastic book. You will not be sorry. And this will be a generational builder by getting this book, Alberta Rising by Nadine Wellwood. But like I said, I'm going to give one away. It's a signed copy from Nadine Wellwood, the author of this book. And all you have to do, get onto Twitter. And if you tag someone that you think would like the show Unscrew the News, tag somebody on X, share it out to someone else, whether it's on X or whether it's on another platform. I'm okay. Just make sure that I know that you tag somebody and share the information. I will be sharing it tonight or tomorrow about this book giveaway called Alberta Rising, and you can win a book. I will send it out to you wherever you are, Canada or the US. and I will send this book off to you. But this is going to be the instruction book on how do we get to this independent Alberta and the nation of Alberta. So I'm glad that you're here. Anyway, I want to say thank you to Nadine Wellwood, also a local business, nuggetstacker.com. I suggest getting gold and silver. Hold it in your hand because we are going to see some rough times. Gold and silver is through the roof. I think it was at almost $92 an ounce today, Canadian. Got to get some. Call them 1-866-644-2121 for your gold. Get a gold and silver subscription. Easy thing to do monthly. $50, $100. Put it there and forget about it, and it just gains, the strength of gold and silver. Anyway, tonight's show, unfortunately, Jason Levine couldn't be here. Like I said, many things happened. We had a major snowstorm, but I'm going to bring Alex Jones on, and we're going to restream that because they're going to be doing a live broadcast of Trump's announcement. So I'll bring this up here. We'll comment throughout it. So stand by. We'll just bring him up here.
You've got the sources. You're right. He was got to do. So here it is. Dan Bongino clearing out his office in preparation for FBI exit, New York Times. And he's basically already gone. It just hasn't been announced yet. So, but he's got even bigger news than that. I just point that out to show the credibility of his incredible sources, because he was already a huge whistleblower that so much what we know about the Democrats and Biden and the corruption was from him. He was a hero, Bongino, and everybody said. But then once Bongino and Patel got in there, suddenly he was bad because they decided to work, I guess, with the establishment FBI. At least Patel has. Bongino wants out. He doesn't want to be connected to all this. Well, Bongino, I hope you can wash it off of you, but I don't think you can wash this stink off. It's like a skunk. But it's certainly better for you that you've left. And we wish you well, because you've done a lot of great work in the past. You just can't do bat turn 180s on policies and ideas and things you said, because the internet has a memory. And so it's just to see the fall of Trump's DOJ, and by fall, down the line, they have been working with the globalists and not getting these people indicted and playing footsie with the system. And so hopefully with the shakeup, that's really what Sarah's coming on about. Hopefully with the shakeup, and we know some of the names, and I don't want to say the names because in the deep state already knows who those names are, but then it'll draw attention to it, and then maybe we should say the names so people can get behind those people. But we really know what's going on here. But after Kyle was a whistleblower for years, got persecuted, and then started exposing bad stuff in the administration to try to correct it and save it, he just has all the sources now because he's the guy to go to. He's got the cojones to put this out. And he's got grand jury summons, and he's gotten the Google messages like I have, letting you know that you've been, they've been subpoenaed for information, so there's criminal investigations. I mean, we're over the target. You ask why most people don't take on the deep state. Well, because they try to put your ass in prison or kill you. And I'm not saying Patel and Bongino are deep state, but I don't think they realized they were parachuting into the middle of hell. I don't think they realized just how bad it was, and they were in over their heads. And look, I'd be in over my head. I mean, everything that's happening in the world, we're all in over our heads. Now, I shot this report 2 days ago.
I'm pausing Alex because I found Donald Trump's announcement here. So let's bring this up right now.
450,000. Think of this. 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special, we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas. A Warrior Dividend in honor of our nation's founding in 1776. We are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward, and I used the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction. They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called most favored nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, trumprx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people, that's you, so they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower costs. It will be far better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost, and you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price. The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich, and the Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me, because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into their own massive slush funds, as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden, and the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost. On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon in much of the country. In some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody, or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical new mortgage increased by $15,000 under Democrat rule. In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000, and it's coming down a lot lower. Wait till you see. The numbers are going to be shocking. And I'll soon announce our next chairman of the Federal Reserve, someone who believes in lower interest rates by a lot, and mortgage payments will be coming down even further. Early the new year, and you will see this, in the new year, I will announce some of the most aggressive housing reform plans in American history. A major factor in driving up housing costs was the colossal border invasion. We have never been invaded. This is the worst thing that, frankly, In my opinion, the worst thing that the Biden administration did to our country is the invasion at the border. The last administration and their allies in Congress brought in millions and millions of migrants and gave them taxpayer-funded housing while your rent and housing costs skyrocketed. Over 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. At the same time, illegal aliens stole American jobs and flooded emergency rooms, getting free health care and education paid for by you, the American taxpayer. They also increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned. For the first time in 50 years, we are now seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving more housing and more jobs for Americans. In the year before my election, all net creation of jobs was going to foreign migrants. Since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American-born citizens, 100%. In the end, government either serves the productive, patriotic, hardworking American citizen, or it serves those who break the laws, cheat the system, and seek power and profit at the expense of our nation. Look at Minnesota, where Somalians have taken over the economics of the state and have stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota and indeed from the United States of America. And we're going to put an end to it. For so long as before my election, the vast majority of good and decent Americans were forced to watch as corrupt politicians plundered the halls of power, exploited our taxpayers, and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function. But not anymore, and you see that every day, not anymore. We're putting America first, and we are making America great again. Very simple. We are making America great again. Tonight, after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation is stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected, and our country is back, stronger than ever before. We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen. Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics, both of which I got. But most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. There could be no more fitting tribute to this epic milestone than to complete the comeback of America that began just 1 year ago. When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity, certain to its destiny, and the envy of the entire globe. We are respected again like we have never been respected before. To each and every one of you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
Well, that was short and sweet and very unlike Donald Trump. But I don't know what we missed at the beginning, but we certainly heard that he is giving each and every military person a huge bonus. That's not a huge. I guess it's pretty big though when you consider every military person in the United States. That is a big bonus. All right, I'm going to go back to, let's see what we can find here on Twitter. And I'll share this one instead of watching the end of Donald Trump, but I appreciate you being here. That was quite interesting to hear. And there was some talk about him maybe bringing up Venezuela and the plans there. So I hope that we didn't miss that. But I did want to talk briefly. And by the way, hopefully I'm not jinxing it, but I have been talking to Mary Talley Bowden out of Texas about joining me. And I'm looking forward to having her in the next couple of days. I'm supposed to have David Parker on tomorrow. We're going to be talking about silver, and it should be quite an interesting. He's been doing a lot of research. I know that I've been doing some, so two silver bugs like that should be an interesting conversation. But there was some I don't know if you live in Calgary, you know what we experienced, what we went through today, but it was quite a shocking snowstorm, and I'm a little bit shocked from that. So in a way, I'm grateful that I wasn't able to meet with Jason Levine. Hey, you know what? I want to show you something. I'm just working on, and I'd love to hear your comments on this, but I am working or getting somebody to work on a poster for independence here. Let me see if I can pull this up 1 second, and let's just see what you think about this. Let's bring this one up. See, I want you to take a look at that. So take a look at these and see what you think. And then there's this one. And I'm looking to get these posters created so that you can purchase, obviously, and to hang. This is going to be, this is an amazing time, and we're going to look back on this. And this is my favorite, obviously, because of the insignia right there. But I don't know. I'd love to hear your comments. If you want to comment on X or on YouTube or on Rumble, I'd love to hear comments on these three posters. Like I said, I am going to be posting, so keep an eye out for it. If you're interested in Nadine Wellwood's book, Alberta Rising, I will be giving away a copy of that. And the only thing that you have to do really is to tag someone that you think that would like Unscrew the News or 7-Eleven Daily Summary, and expose them to the videos and the podcast that I do. So I would appreciate that. You let me know that you have shared and tagged somebody, and I would love to include you in the draw. And I'm thinking that we'll do a draw, hopefully. Let's see, we've got the petition coming up on January 11th. So I'm thinking that that should be almost 3 weeks away from now. And so that should be enough time to gather to garner some attention and get some more subscribers to the YouTube channel or Rumble channel or the Substack channel. So, go to work, and I will make sure to post, and then you can share that. All right. So obviously, many, many things happening. One of them that is obviously happening is we have a fantastic petition coming up for a referendum for Alberta. That'll be January 11th. We're going to be signing a petition. We're hoping to get about, I'm guessing that we hope to get about 1 million signatures for the petition. That way we're set up when it comes time for referendum time. Oh, I'm just going to scroll through here. This is basically a perfect encapsulation of Canada. This is what we have become. Yeah, I called it Skate Tranada. No longer Skate Canada. Mary Tally Bowden, MD, we found more cases of serious adverse events not being reported to VAERS. People admitted to Houston Methodist within 180 days of receiving the shot. 3 example cases. Oh, that's tragic, but I mean, it would be fantastic to finally get to an apology. Let's read this one from Nick Sorter. The U.S. has just passed legislation to criminalize transgender surgeries, hormones, and treatments for minors. This is fantastic. Do you think that the tide is turning finally? This is amazing. Now it must pass the Senate before heading to 47th desk. This should not be controversial. Protect kids. Amen. This is a win. This is a win for all children. I'm going to put this right in my Alberta bookmarks because this is what we've done. And this is the breaking news that Dan Bongino is resigning from the FBI. I'll be leaving my position with the FBI in January. I want to thank President Trump, AG Bondi. All right. I also heard just earlier today, I heard that Kristi Noem is going to be stepping down. Skate Canada, Satire Squad HQ. Skate Canada is refusing to do events in Alberta because Alberta won't allow men to compete against women in women's division. Isn't that crazy? So I looked up who the president was, and here she is. Oh my God, that's funny. Oh, that's good. All right. I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed yesterday there was a barrage of posts in regard to vaccines, the flu, COVID. You know, there was that number of posts that were pushing, absolutely shoving the COVID vaccine down the throats of pregnant women, telling them that this is a good thing for them. What's Jason doing? My wife does Elf on the Shelf for her kids. Last night she made a laser maze out of painter's tape. I went down the stairs to smoke. Jason, good on you, man. And Merry Christmas if you happen to be listening. Jason James, fantastic podcaster and writer, amazing writer, that guy. Wow. All right, what do we got going on here? Sarah Fields, Bondi Beach survivor. Oh, let's just listen to what this person has to say.
These police officers were hiding behind a car. I tried to grab one of their guns. One young one grabs and he says, "No, I'm trying to grab for his gun." These men, these police officers,
They're not
they
men.
know who I am, and I hope they're hearing this. You are weak. You could have saved so many more people's lives. They were just standing there, listening and watching this all happen, holding me back. 2 police officers. Where were the others? Not there. Nobody was there. Everyone, the public, helped. Nobody else. My little 3-year-old was saved by a pregnant woman who saw her crying and screaming, "Mummy, Daddy." We were there. There was not. Do you know how long did it take for police to come? How long did it take?
All right. Well, that is pretty crazy. Oh, speaking of which, look at flu and COVID are both raging and overwhelming hospitals. Yeah, overwhelming the hospitals. So you guys are probably doing dance routines. You're working on your dance routines right now. Okay, well, here's a little bit of Calgary. You want to see it? Probably don't need that much wind noise. So I was told that the pileup near Balzac Mall was 80 to 100 cars. And for most of the day, they were just basically leaving the cars there so that they could be towed away. 80 to 100 cars. So I think this view, whoever shot this, did a pretty good job of capturing pretty much what we heard about. Thanks very much, whoever captured this.
Look at this accident pile up on the highway. I just watched it happen. I'm just out in the middle of the highway. Yeah, bro, this is crazy, bro.
Insane stuff. Yeah, it was a crazy day. Anyway, I'm glad that we're all safe and at home, and hopefully your family is safe and at home too. All right, you guys, Jeffrey Rath and Dennis Modry were down in Washington, D.C., banging the drums for Alberta independence. You know, though, just to give you a little nugget of information in case you haven't heard it, is that when we get the referendum, we get the numbers that we need. As soon as that happens, and I mean within a day, we should be getting a notification from the United States acknowledging the nation of Alberta. And then we're off to the races, you guys, off to the races. Corey Morgan says the APP really needs to sort out who speaks for them. Ras says Smith's billionaire backers and live in castles in England and eating pastries. Oh, that's funny. That's true. I guess they do really need to figure it out. Oh my God. Look what Trump added to the presidential portraits of Obama and Biden. What did he add? I don't know what it is. Community organizer. Okay, this is it. Under Obama, the ISIS caliphate spread across the Middle East. Libya collapsed into chaos, and Russia invaded and took Crimea. Oh, that guy's the boss. That is hilarious. Oh my God, that is funny. All right, you guys, it has been quite the day. I am really grateful for all of you being here. Like I said, I'd love to hear your comments. I'd love to hear any complaints, any suggestions, any praise, whatever you'd like to send me. I'd love to hear from you. I am grateful for everyone joining me. It looks like a lot of people were looking for something to do tonight at 7 o'clock when I decided to join this early. And I'm grateful for all of you joining me. God bless you all. Stay safe. Please drive safely out there tonight. And like I always say, let's stay sane together. Let's keep your head on a swivel. And this is Bruce, and I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching Unscrew the News. I appreciate your participation in freedom in Canada. Share this information and help others to wake up. God bless.